Moving on now, social media giants Facebook and Twitter CEOs testified at a heated Senate hearing on their rules to counter misinformation during the bitter 2020 election. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey defended their handling of misinformation. It was the second hearing in less than a month. The two social media giants have come under fire from both the left and the right for their handling of political content during the election. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham said that the social media giants acted as the ultimate editor. Republican senators attacked Zuckerberg and Dorsey for what they called censorship of President and his allies. Graham called out Zuckerberg and Dorsey for deciding to limit the distribution of a New York Post article that claimed to have exposed wrongdoings of President-elect Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Graham also came down heavily on Twitter for flagging as many as 300,000 tweets. Zuckerberg and Dorsey defended their content moderation practices. In fact, Dorsey said that Trump's tweets were flagged as part of efforts to combat disinformation.
I think you pointed out that we are... More than a year ago, the public asked us to offer additional context to help make potentially misleading information more apparent. We did exactly that, applying labels to over 300,000 tweets from October 27th to November 11th, which represented about 2.2% of all U.S. election-related tweets. We also changed how our product works in order to help increase context and encourage more thoughtful consideration before tweets are shared broadly.
Altogether, I believe this was the largest election integrity effort by any private company in recent times. This is what people expect of us. And I'm glad that from what we've seen so far, our systems performed well. But election interference remains an ongoing threat that will never fully be solved. So we continue to improve with each election.
Democrats, on the other hand, called out the two social media giants for letting Trump and his supporters spread misinformation. They pushed the companies to limit the spread of false and misleading content.
We are required to help increase the health of the public conversation, while at the same time ensuring that as many people as possible can participate. And in order to do so, we need to make policies so that people feel safe and they feel free to express themselves, to minimize threats of abuse, of harassment, of misleading information, of organized campaigns to artificially amplify or influence a particular conversation. And that policy creation, that enforcement, is challenging, but also it is more or less opaque to the public.